Jollymore. Making up the third row is the 3 of Randy Bennett, followed by the 747 of Jamie Fraser. Now out of turn 2, it's Blaise Fougere, followed by John Fraser. In third, looks like Carlos Roberts. We'll have to wait to see who that third place or fourth place rider is. I believe that might be Randy Bennett, followed by Matthew Jollymore, then Matt Curvin, and Jamie Fraser over the top of 5. Blaise Fougere now opening up a bigger gap to Jamie Fraser, or John Fraser, sorry. I'm going to get those two names mixed up, I'm sure, this weekend. Looks like John Fraser's got his leg up, but he may be coming into the pits. I was just thinking, I wonder if there's something wrong with the machinery, because he was definitely off his pace. Now John Fraser coming down pit lane. Something wrong with that Superbike. And unfortunately having to pull off into the paddock. And as soon as you pull off to the paddock, I believe that is your race over. You can stop on pit lane and still work on your machinery, but as soon as you go into the paddock, if I'm not mistaken, that means your race is over. And I'm getting a nod here from Linda, the head marshal here, confirming. So it's Blaise Fougere now over the top of 5. It looks like it's about 4 seconds, maybe 5. Over that second place rider of Carlos Roberts, followed by Randy Bennett in third, and Matthew Jollymore right there in fourth. So right now this battle is for second, third, and fourth. Randy Bennett right on the back of Carlos Roberts, up 7 into 9. It is Randy Bennett with an inside move. We'll see if he runs wide here. Sometimes if you go too tight, it allows the other rider to swoop back in. But Randy Bennett able to hold off Carlos Roberts with that move into turn 9. Now down the front straightaway. Matthew Jollymore is right there as well. So we got a nice healthy battle here for second, third, and fourth happening here this afternoon in this Finish Line Motorcycle Supply Pro Superbike Race 1 of the weekend. These 3 riders now coming through turn 3. Still only a couple of bike lengths separate these 3 riders. See what happens here onto the back straightaway. Right now it's Randy Bennett, 2-3 bike lengths ahead of Carlos Roberts. Looks like Matthew Jollymore had to chomp the gas over the top of 5 because Carlos Roberts just quickly got about 3 bike lengths down the hill from 5, but he's still right there. Looks like there is some issues with the timing. It's being worked on. So just a heads up there. Across the line. Looks like whatever it was, it's fixed. It got Blaise Fougere across the line. In 6 is Matthew Spencer. Looking at those leathers, I believe that's actually Matthew Spencer on that 747. Sure is. It is Matthew Spencer out there running on that 747 machinery there, maybe giving it a test ride, see maybe it's some new machinery he might be on for next year. But back to this battle, it's Carlos Roberts back ahead of Randy Bennett. Now into turn 9, we'll see if Randy tries another move. He is, he's side by side, he's actually ahead of Carlos Roberts already. Into turn 9, so Randy Bennett definitely enjoying the hard braking into turn 9 as he's taken over that second place. Carlos Roberts there only a bike length ahead of Matthew Jollymore. So that's the battle for the last podium position. And we still got 10 laps left to go as they cross the line. Longest race of this afternoon is this Finish Line Motorcycle Supply Pro Superbike race. So now into turn 3. Randy Bennett still in the lead of this three-rider battle for second, third, and fourth. Randy able to open up a couple of bike links there between 3 and 4, now over the top of 5. We'll see what happens here down the back straightaway, but at the moment it is Randy Bennett holding off Curtis Roberts. But Matthew Jollymore has said, I've had enough. Right up the inside of Curtis Roberts. He came from a long way back, able to pull off that move, and now is charging towards Randy Bennett there. Out of turn 9, we'll see what happens here onto the front straightaway. Randy Bennett with a 114. Matthew Jollymore with a 114 himself. He was down into the 13s in his last race there, so he's got a second there in the bank at least. So right on the back of Randy Bennett through turn 3. Looks like Matthew Spencer is calling it a day here as he's coming down pit lane. This battle now coming out of 4 over the top of 5. Randy Bennett 1 bike length ahead of Matthew Jollymore, followed by Curtis Roberts sitting there in 4th. Looks like Matt Curvin is starting to get hungry for this battle as well. One of the fastest ones of that group there, so he is definitely finding his groove this afternoon. And now coming into turn number 9, he is pushing hard as Matt Curvin. He is catching these three-rider battle. If they start battling it out even more as well, that will allow him to catch them a little quicker. But on to the front straightaway, it is still Randy Bennett, followed by Matthew Jollymore. Matt Curvin down into the minute 13s, so definitely hungry to get into this podium battle here, which is only about 2 seconds up the road. Out of turn 2 up to 3, I think he's able to get a little bit more as well. This is quickly going to turn into a 4-rider battle for these last 2 podium positions, but it's Matthew Jollymore able to get around Randy Bennett. Now over the top of 5. That might have been down into turn 2 that happened, as I had my eyes on Matt Curvin there. But it looks like Matthew Jollymore able to open up a couple of bikes there in these first few corners after taking over that second place position from Randy Bennett. So we'll see if Randy Bennett is able to answer back here. But right now, Matthew Jollymore opening up about half a second, it looks like there now, through 10 up to 11. Randy Bennett running a little bit wide there, coming out of 10. So this is going to allow Curtis Roberts to get a great drive down the front straightaway. Unfortunately, not close enough to pull a move off there. Let's look at the numbers there now. Matthew Jollymore now with some clean air, pulled off a 13.2. Fastest out of these 4 riders. But now out of turn 2, Curtis Roberts had a thought of an inside coming out of turn 2. It would have been a good spot for him because he would have been on the outside of 3. So he just tucked up in behind Randy Bennett there as they now make their way to the back straightaway. It is definitely turning into a 3-rider battle as Matthew Curvin is only at 3 bike lengths back from Curtis Roberts. So this battle is shaping it up for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as Blaise Fougere crossing the line sees himself with a nice healthy lead there over that second place rider of Matthew Jollymore. Oh, nice close battle there going into turn 9 between Randy Bennett and Matt Curvin. It looked like Matt Curvin was going to get the position. Sorry, Matt Curvin and Curtis Roberts, but Curtis Roberts just shut the door. on Matthew Curvin. Let's look at those lap times. Looks like it is into the 15s here. So we still have 6 laps left to go. Lots of time. Curtis Roberts able to get around Randy Bennett into turn 2. So now it is Curtis Roberts into the 3rd place position, followed by Randy Bennett and Matt Curvin. Blaise Fougere, he's coming out of turn 9. I'd say he has about a 30-second lead there over Matthew Jollymore. Cross the line, Matthew Jollymore had 3 seconds over this battle behind him, so definitely the battle to watch is for this 3rd, 4th, and 5th as it's coming towards turn 9. I held my breath there, thought Randy was going to try another inside move, but this time he just tucked up in behind Curtis Roberts there as they now make their way to the front straightaway. We'll see what happens here as well with Matt Curvin. He was down into the minute 13s there, chasing this battle down. So if he's going to want to get into that podium position, he's got to get through 2 riders, not just one, as they make their way down turn 1, heading toward turn 2. Still 5 laps left to go. Curtis Roberts opening up with 3 bike lengths over Randy Bennett, who only has 1 bike length over Matt Curvin. Now charging towards turn 4. We'll see what Matt Curvin elects to do here. It kind of looked like he was thinking of an outside move as he came in there. But over the top of 5, single file. Down the back straightaway, the leader, Blaise Fougere, crossing the line. Means there's 4 laps left to go. Through turn 7, Curtis Roberts now opening up about 5-6 bike lengths now. We'll see what happens here into turn number 9. Randy Bennett able to close in just a little bit there. So it may be back down to about 4 bike lengths. On to the front straightaway. Oh, big wheelie from Curtis Roberts. Didn't seem to affect his drive. Matt Curvin going out the inside of Randy Bennett into turn 1. Big move there from Matt Curvin. He might have seen Curtis Roberts start to pull away, which is that last podium position. So yes, Matt Curvin holding off Randy Bennett down into turn 2. We'll see if Matt Curvin is able to hunt down Curtis Roberts, because over those last couple of corners, Curtis Roberts able to open up even more of a gap between himself and Matt Curvin. Over the top of 5, I'd say it's 1.5 seconds now as the leader crossed the line. That means there's 3 laps left to go. Curtis Roberts last time by was a minute 14 with clean air. Matt Curvin was doing minute 13s, so we'll see what 3 laps left to go here. If Matt Curvin is able to chew up some of these bike lengths that sit in front of him, as now they make their way onto the front straightaway. Matt Curvin definitely hungry for a podium this afternoon. With getting around Randy, that lap slowed him down a bit trying to do the passing, so he was down into the minute 15. So that's what opened up this gap even more, as Curtis Roberts across the line was a 1:14.5. So that is now what looks to be 1.5 seconds. Still with 3 laps to go for these riders. Still time here, as they're nowhere down the back straightaway. Blaise crossing the line. That means there's 2 laps left to go for himself there. Keep an eye on this battle. Curtis Roberts into turn 9. I believe he has 5 bike lengths now. Definitely Matt Curvin is on the hunt for a podium position in this finish line. Motorcycle Supply Pro Superbike race number 1 of the weekend onto the front straightaway. He still has a bit more a bit more of that gap he's got to chew into if he's going to try to make a move here. But across the line, he was down to a 13.4, 7/10 of a second faster than Carruthers Roberts. And you can see out of turn 2, I think he's a little bit closer even now, but still about half a second, I'd say, through turn 3 up to 4. Carruthers Roberts got a great drive out of 3, so he was able to get back a couple of those bike lengths that Matthew Curvin got chewed up there, but down the back straightaway, Carruthers Roberts had a wheelie over the top of 5. Definitely having some fun out there this afternoon. But Blaise Fougere across the line got the last lap flag as he makes his way through turn 3, so 8 laps left to go for Blaise Fougere this afternoon. Matthew Jollymore on to the front straightaway. He has a healthy gap, 6 seconds there ahead of these 2 riders. Carruthers Roberts answering back with the lap times, getting himself back down to the low 14s. A little off his fastest lap of the race, but definitely pushing hard to keep Matthew Curvin behind him as this battle now goes through turn 3. About half a second, or it's more than that now, probably 7/8 of a second. There's the winner of the first Superbike race of the weekend up there and pull home that second place position. Matthew Curvin with a great race here. I'm going to say one of his best races of the season. Coming home in 3rd, sees himself back down into the minute 13s. Ray Bennett crossing the line in 4th. Carruthers Roberts there got back out on the bike. Not sure if he's going to be able to get it going.